everyone, Jennifer here, back with another edition of Movie Talk. And this week's movie is a favorite of mine, and one that I actually meant to do earlier in the year, and I just kind of forgot about it. It is a historical romantic drama, and by historical I mean the actual storyline itself is fictional, but the events are historical and some of the people are historical. And that movie is Titanic. Disaster strikes on the maiden voyage of the Titanic when the luxury liner collides with an iceberg and sinks into the Atlantic. But this untold story is about a romance that blossoms between first-class passenger Rose and third-class passenger Jack, and their star-crossed relationship on the ill-fated ship. Okay, highlights of the movie. This movie was made back in 1997 and is an epic romance and disaster film that is based on the accounts of the sinking of the RMS Titanic. Now, the Titanic itself, the captain, the person who built the ship, and at least one other passenger on the ship are actual historical people who were on the Titanic. Mostly everyone else we see, and a few other people on the Titanic are historical figures. Almost everyone else, Jack, Rose's mother, and everyone else are fictional characters. They may or may not have actually existed. Although there was a Jack D, or a J. Dawson, there was a J. Dawson who was on board the Titanic and who did die on the Titanic. But I don't believe his name was Jack. I believe it was something else. I think it was like Jacob or something. And FYI, in case you're interested, there are quite a few videos on Titanic and her two sister ships, the Britannia and the Oceania, on YouTube. Okay, things I liked about this movie. I really liked everything about this movie. Number one, I love the history of the Titanic. The Titanic has always fascinated me, and I believe a lot of other people. It is probably among it is among the most famous shipwrecks of this century, or of last century. The Titanic, as everyone knows, departed from England and was making record time across the Atlantic until it had an ill-fated collision with an iceberg, which ripped a hole in her side and caused her to sink and break in two. And countless numbers of souls, I know there's an exact number, but I don't know it off the top of my head, were killed in this maritime tragedy. It's probably the biggest maritime tragedy ever. And only a small handful actually survived. And the thing is, there was a lot of things they could have done that would have prevented this. But I'm not going to get into it now because it really doesn't have much to do with the movie, and it's kind of a moot point now anyways. But the Titanic itself actually sank in 1912 on, I believe, April 12th, but I know it was in April. If I have I don't know the exact date, so if I have that wrong, I apologize. In the very early morning hours, the sun wasn't even up yet. So you can just imagine how cold these people who were in the lifeboats and the people who were in the water were. I mean, the Atlantic Ocean in and of itself is just freezing because it's the Atlantic Ocean. It's an ocean. It's freezing. And then you have, like, the sun's not up yet, so there's no heat from the sun to warm you. And it's April, which is, you know, one of the cooler months still and whatnot. They had to have been freezing out there while they were waiting to be rescued. But I love the history behind the Titanic. I loved the story. The story was so beautiful. The love story was just so beautiful. I loved it so much. And I love the ending song, My Heart Will Go On. It is just so beautiful, and but you know, it was performed by Celine Dion. She can make anything beautiful. She's just got that kind of voice. But fun fact, she actually went into the recording studio and did that song in one take. There was no redos, no nothing. She went out there, she went into the recording studio, she sang it, she did it perfectly in the first take. So I loved that song. It's beautiful. I actually, for any Star Wars Rebel fans out there, did a video to that song as a tribute to both Kanan and Hera and Sabine and Ezra. So feel free to check that out if you love the song or if you're a Rebels fan. Okay, cast. This movie had an amazing cast of actors, playing both fictional characters and historical characters. So, if I missed anybody, I apologize. I'm just doing, like, the main characters and, like, the historical characters we see the most. Okay, and please note that the last few cast members are actually, or characters are actually historical characters. Like starting from Margaret Brown on down. Okay, for more information on the Titanic and her two sister ships, the Olympic and the Britannica, so if I mispronounced the one ship in the beginning of the video, I apologize. Feel free to consult Wikipedia in your local library. There are also some amazing videos on both the Olympic and the Britannica on YouTube as well, so you can feel free to check those out, as well as some amazing videos on the Titanic that you can check out on YouTube as well, and also on Disney Plus, and I believe Prime Video. There are a few National Geographic videos on the Titanic as well. Okay, quick reminder on my comment rules. Okay, feel free to check out my other movie talk videos. my Movie Talk Special Edition videos. And my other videos. Okay, please leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. Feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, and Twitter. I do have a name for those 4 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. Please note that all pictures seen within this video do belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. And all sites mentioned in this video are the links for any site mentioned in this video will be in the description section as well. If that makes it any easier for you guys to locate me on those particular sites. Okay, YouTube subscribers. Any of my videos that cannot be found on my YouTube channel are on my Facebook page. Facebook friends, same deal. Any of my videos that cannot be found on my Facebook page are on my YouTube channel. And to anyone who's interested, you can feel free to check out my Facebook group, Fanfic Corner. Okay, as always, please be sure to like and share this video if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching on YouTube, okay, and as always, thank you for watching, and have a very nice day.